National Collegiate Alcohol Awareness Week is underway here on campus, helping educate students about the dangers of alcohol. Coming up, we'll show you how several campus groups are raising awareness while having some fun.
3 minutes may not seem like a lot of time, but for several students, it was all they needed to take home a few $100s. Find out how students had a chance to win some money while practicing their presentation skills next.
And the internet is buzzing about some big news in the world of soccer. MCTV's Aditya Sahasrabudhe will have the details on a big injury along with a look at Tech Athletics weekend schedule in sports.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Thursday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Angelina Galvan.
And I'm Cecy Garcia. All this week, several campus groups have been working together to bring awareness to the dangers of alcohol. National Collegiate Alcohol Awareness Week kicked off on Monday, and since then, daily events have been held at the Sub.
That's right, Cecy, and even though many of these events have focused on alcohol education, one event gave students the alternative option to a night of partying. MCTV's Jay McCulley has more.
Last night, students on campus got a chance to take a break from studying and get some much-needed comic relief. The Student Activities Board, known as SAB, hosted their annual comedy night in the Red Raider Ballroom. Chloe Hilliard and John Fisher were featured as this year's comedy acts.
Student activities, we put on a variety of events, and we just thought comedy night would be something fun and laid back for the students to enjoy.
During both of their sets, Hilliard and Fisher spoke about stuff college students found relatable.
They're both great comedians. I think they're both fabulous, especially with including the audience and talking about events and things that our age group are aware of.
When both comedy sets were over, Hilliard had nothing but good things to say about her co-headliner and touched on the issues of diversifying comedy.
But he was great, and I love what he does with music, and I think it goes to show, that's why I'm so glad that it was a co-headliner show. It was so good to show different types of comedy and point of views. You can't get much different than a tall black woman from New York and a white guy playing a guitar from Los Angeles.
Fisher, who performs at universities all around the country, said he welcomes the opportunity to come back and perform at Tech.
No, everyone here has been incredibly hospitable and accommodating and kind, and the crowd is so fun, and people, I think, showed up to have a good time, which surprisingly isn't always the case.
If you were not able to make last night's event, you're in luck. SAB puts on comedy night annually during the fall and spring semesters. For more information on upcoming SAB events, visit departments.ttu/sub/activities. Reporting from the Red Raider Ballroom for MCTV, I'm Jay McCulley. Back to you guys.
Last night's event was only one of many ways students could have some fun during Alcohol Awareness Week. A full schedule of events has been taking place each day. Yesterday afternoon, the Student Activities Board hosted a stress fair in the Sub courtyard. Starting at 11 a.m., students could stop by and enjoy several activities to give them an escape from schoolwork and exams. Attendees had the chance to make their own stress ball, experience a virtual reality simulator, and test their knowledge about alcohol consumption. Representatives from RISE and the SGA were also on hand to give some information about resources available to students to help to avoid the dangers of alcohol abuse. Yesterday's event wrapped up at 2 p.m.
Earlier this week, another fun and free event offered students a chance to experience the effects of alcohol without taking a drink. The Students Activities Board and the Office of Risk Intervention and Safety Education hosted the Inflatable Drunk Obstacle Course event on Tuesday. During the event, students could stop by the Sub Ballroom, put on a pair of drunk goggles, and attempt to make their way through an inflatable maze of obstacles. The purpose of Tuesday's activity was to show students how dangerous it is to drink and drive while under the influence of alcohol. The Inflatable Drunk Obstacle Course was held from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and it was free for all students. There's still 2 more days left of events for this year's Alcohol Awareness Week. To see the full list of activities, visit sub.ttu.edu and click on the events.
Every year, hundreds of doctoral students receive their degree after presenting their final dissertation, and yesterday several of those students took months of research and condensed it into a 3-minute presentation. The 4th annual 3-minute thesis competition took place yesterday on the 2nd floor of the Sub. Starting at 9:30 a.m., participating students competed in a preliminary competition before narrowing down the contestants to 12 for a final round at 1 p.m. During the finals, each student had 3 minutes to present their research to faculty, staff, and students, and the presentations were judged by a panel of 3 professionals, including Fox 34 News anchor Jeff Klotzman, Justice of the Peace Anne-Marie Carruth, and Vista Bank Senior Vice President Landon Willis. At the conclusion of the event, the top 3 representatives received a $300 prize for first place, $200 for second, and $100 for third. The 3-minute thesis competition is hosted annually by the TTU Graduate School.
Some sad news was announced to the Texas Tech community earlier this week following the death of one of the university's administrators. Dr. Scott Ridley died on Monday afternoon after a long battle with cancer. Ridley was the Dean of the College of Education, and he had served in that role for the last 7 years. During his tenure with the college, Ridley took on several projects to help improve and grow the program, including successfully securing one of only 12 Promise Neighborhood grant programs in the U.S. Before coming to Tech, Ridley served 21 years in various roles at Arizona State University. Ridley was a native Texan and received his Ph.D. from the University of Texas. Funeral services have not yet been announced. We saw another wet and cold day here on campus yesterday. Temperatures stayed in the 40s through the day, and we ended up with just under half an inch of rainfall.
That's true, Angelina. Yesterday's conditions have become a common sight here in the Lubbock area. But is that all about to change? Let's take a look at the MCTV forecast. The MCTV Tower Cam is showing some big changes in the weather from yesterday. Right now, skies are mostly clear and temperatures are climbing into the upper 60s. By sunset, we could see highs in the low 70s and clear skies should stick around into the night. Tomorrow, it looks like the mild sunny weather will stick around with temperatures climbing back into the 70s by mid-afternoon. Saturday and Sunday should also be very nice days, with Saturday's high topping out near 80 degrees. Even with the warmer daytime temperatures, overnight lows will still stay in the 40s through the weekend. Starting off the week, Monday looks to be another nice day with partly clouds and highs in the low 70s. Tuesday is looking almost identical to Monday with another day of mild conditions. But on Halloween, it looks like we could see some changes in the forecast, with cloudy skies and a chance for showers in the afternoon. Temperatures will also be much cooler on Wednesday, with highs only expected to reach the mid-50s. Halloween night will also be colder, with temperatures falling back in the 40s shortly after sunset. Looking ahead, even cooler temperatures may be in store as we head into November.
With nicer weather expected tomorrow, it may be a good time to ride your bike to campus and have it checked before the winter. Here's a look at today's MCTV's events calendar. Tomorrow, Transportation and Parking Services will be holding the Fall Bike Clinic outside the sub. From 10:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., representatives from TPS Bike Tech and Texas Tech Cycling Club will be on hand to get your bike tuned up and protected. During the event, students can get a diagnostic and a free minor repairs and learn how to register their bike to avoid theft. Tomorrow's event will also feature free snacks and drinks along with prizes featuring Texas Tech themed bike gear. The Fall Bike Clinic is free for all students.
Halloween is just under a week away, but there's already ways to get into the spooky spirit. Tonight and tomorrow, the Student Activities Board will be screening the film Hocus Pocus during their late night movie series. Hocus Pocus has become a Halloween classic featuring stars Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Kathy Najimy as a trio of witches who are brought back to life by a teenage boy in Salem, Massachusetts. If you haven't seen the movie before or just want to enjoy it again, make plans to stop by the Escondido Theater tonight or tomorrow. This evening's screening starts at 10 p.m. and Friday showtimes are 7:30 and 10 p.m. As with all SAB events, the late night movie series is free with a student ID.
And if Hocus Pocus isn't enough for a Halloween thrill, the School of Music might be able to help you get your frightening fix. The University Symphony Orchestra will be hosting their annual concert event on Sunday at the Hemley Recital Hall. The activities kick off with the Instrument Petting Zoo at 1 p.m., a costume contest at 1:30, a 2:15 performance by the TTU String Project, and the main concert at 3 p.m. During the main concert, members of the orchestra will be dressed in costume and play well-known movie themes and Halloween favorites. The final performance of the night will feature winner of the costume contest as a guest conductor. Sunday's concert event is free and open to the public. Tech Athletics is gearing up for another busy weekend, and Champions League soccer has been making international headlines this week.
MCTV's Aditya Sahasrabudhe has a look at all of those stories in sports. AD?
Thanks, Angelina and Cecy. Texas Tech women's soccer prepares to welcome the Longhorns to campus tonight for a matchup under the lights at the John Walker Soccer Complex. This will be the first time the Longhorns have traveled to Lubbock since 2015. With both teams guaranteed postseason soccer, this battle is more important than pride alone, as it determines the seeding for the Big 12 Conference. As the Longhorns are already holding on to the number 3 seed, Tech will aim for a win in a desperate attempt to reshuffle the current projected bracket. In other sports news, first-year Texas Tech track and field student athletes Keyshawn Carter and Jaquan Hogan were named All-Americans by Track and Field News Tuesday. Carter, who is also a member of the Tech football team, was named an All-American individually in 100-meter, while also being a part of the All-American 4x200-meter and 4x400-meter teams at the Woodlands High School. While for Hogan, his All-American status comes in the triple jump, for which he held the top ranking in the nation last year. A tough loss is always hard to digest. Texas Tech volleyball started the second half of Big 12 play with a tough 3-1 loss to West Virginia at WVU Coliseum Wednesday. After convincingly winning the first set, Tech lost 3 consecutive sets in a neck-to-neck battle. From a position of advantage in the second and third stanza, Tech was unable to capitalize on the lead, allowing the Mountaineers to close out the second and third sets. The Mountaineers were controlling the fourth set without much difficulty until Tech freshman Brooke Canas went off with 4 straight slams to even the score at 19-19. It was too late before Tech could make a comeback, as the Mountaineers went on to win the game 21-25, 25-22, 25-23, 25-21. Texas Tech returns home to the United Supermarkets Arena to host TCU Saturday at 1 p.m. Let's have a quick look at the world of professional soccer. With Champions League back in action, Dortmund, Manchester City, Liverpool and AC Roma registered big wins against Atletico, Shakhtar, Red Star and CSK Moscow respectively. Liverpool's front 3 scored for the first time this season, with Salah getting the brace against Red Star. With dark clouds looming over Mane and Salah, with concerns over their form, this win should boost their confidence to prepare for their upcoming fixtures. Argentine superstar Messi suffered a fractured arm against Sevilla last Saturday and is now expected to be back in action for at least 3 weeks. Although Barcelona were able to cruise past Inter Milan yesterday with a 2-0 win, we hope the magician recuperates soon. Ronaldo's return to Manchester ended on a good note, with Juventus winning against United in a low-scoring 1-0 game. Ronaldo had been surprisingly quiet for major parts of the game, but fans were able to witness vintage Ronaldo when he blasted a bullet shot, only to be parried away by De Gea. Dybala scored the lone goal of the match while securing 3 points for Juventus. Juventus returns to action October 27 against Empoli. That's all we have for today's sports coverage. Good luck to teams representing Texas Tech. Back to you, Angelina and Cecy.
Thanks, AD. So, Cecy, are you going to be cheering on Red Raider soccer this weekend?
Of course, I can't wait. That's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check out ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you next week.